These oil are made according to the teachings of God in the Old Testament. And they work. And if you don't believe me now, call anybody who you know that he has demons. Call him now, here in front of the cameras. And let me just put one drop in my hands and see what's going to happen.
Hey wadau maze, if you see Dr. Mwaka from Tanzania, you already know that this episode you need to approach with an open mind.
There are some people, they can make you a friend with a jinn so that you can make money.
This is Dr. Mwaka's second appearance on the show, and on the first episode we left so many unanswered questions on witchcraft.
Even in witchcraft, when we are giving you something to go and do, yes, we're telling you, Nuia, say. You have to repeat it 21 times. You have to repeat it 33 times because the word creates.
We also have questions that you sent that you'd like to hear Dr. Mwaka's thoughts on. We shared a video of you on TikTok and people were like, oh, Dr. Mwaka's ring, Dr. Mwaka's ring. It pops out somewhere. Is it a marriage ring or there's something beyond me? Wale wa spirit husbands na spirit wives?
Some spirits, they turn themselves into a human body to have sex with humankind.
The balance between bad luck and real life?
My fellow witches, what they do, they just put a shadow on the guy and all of you see that he is dead while he's not dead. There's these jinns that people call jini mahaba. These jinns are just interfering. They just catch you without your will. These jinns are coming in two forms.
I'm your host, Dr. King Ori, and here's another reason to stay subscribed to our channel. Kama hauja subscribe, maze, this right here is another reason to hit subscribe and turn on the notifications bell. Alafu kama umependa location where this is happening. This is Wojo, Africa, located in Upper Hill, former Crown Plaza, Makiwa Hotel. Wojo ni premium co-working space. If you're ever looking for an office space fully furnished, all amenities and everything that comes with an office, you need to check out Wojo Africa. The contact details on how to reach Wojo ndio hizi tumewekea hapa kwa screen. In our last conversation, right after we finished like the show in our first episode, which has drawn a lot of reactions, mixed actually. You tell me something offset about a lesson you learned, a very deep lesson in 1998. And I actually put my friends on hook. I told my friends that we'll plan another episode. I'm glad you made time for us again. I told my friends that we'll plan another episode. We'll sit down with Dr. Mwaka. And there's a story he told me that I'll not tell you. I'll have him share it for the rest of us, and the rest of the people to also get it firsthand about people who came to you in 1998. And it's how your father also response that teaches you a lifetime lesson. Please, tuanzie hapo. Tell us what this was about.
It happened in 1998.
Yes.
At that time, I was very young, energetic, full of knowledge, the thing that you're calling witchcraft. But at that time, I was very knowledgeable and trying to do everything. So I went to another region called Shinyanga, and I had my office there. People are coming to seek some services. One couple came to me. It happened several times, but not that serious. Not really couple, a mother and a son came to me. And when they came to me, I spoke to them what they want. Miraculously, they wanted to kill a father.
The father?
A mother and a son wants to kill a father. Means a mother wants to kill his husband, and a boy wants to kill his father. Just for their justification is the father is going to marry another woman, and then the inheritance is going to go to another family. So the mother was very concerned about that, to the extent that they wanted the father to die before he goes to another woman. When they came to me at that age, I had the power to do that. But I said, no, I can't do this because this is evil. They tried to convince me, but I said, no, there is no money that you can pay me to commit this evil. Because I asked them, what did he do? At that time, if somebody did something wrong, yes, I could just put things down, and then whatever happens, it is because of what he did. You understand me? So, but at that particular time, they did not say that he did something. It was like, wanataka kumuonea, kitu kama hicho.
Yes, yes, yes.
I said, no, I cannot do this. Please, can you just leave? So they convinced me and it didn't work. They left. In that evening, I went to speak to my father and I gave him the story. You know, these stupid people came to me, you know, they want to kill I can't believe. How come the child is with his mother? They want to kill the father. And my father told me, what did you do? What did you do? I said, no, I just chased them away. He said, oh my God, you did so wrong. Please call them back. I said, Father, why? How can I kill somebody? He said, listen to me, just call them back. At that time, there was no mobile phones, only in capital cities. So I tried to go to the person that brought them. Please call those people. I want to see them. It took like 3-4 days. Then they came back to me.
Yes.
Then I gave them an appointment. Come and see me tomorrow. Then I went to my father. Okay, those people, I have an appointment with them already. What do I do? He said, okay. You see, they come to you because they want to kill somebody. You are capable of doing that, but you're God-fearing. You cannot do it because you just fear God. You think that's evil. But what you don't know is, if you don't do it for them, they will go to somebody else who is not a God-fearing person. He'll just kill the guy. Did you help him or not? I said, no, I didn't help. But okay, what should I do? He told me, okay, let me teach you something. You can do something that somebody can die. I said, yes, Father, you know that. You're the one who taught me that. Yeah, okay, now this is what you're going to do. Call them, ask them to pay you money, but when you're giving them the medicine to go and kill the father, but it's easy, it's just making something like a horn of a goat. We put something inside, go put somewhere, when the guy cross, done.
I've had that before.
Sorry?
I've had that before.
Yes, yeah, that is what we do. But he said, okay, just give them the same thing that they want you to give them, but don't put inside anything. It has to be like a water bullet, a water bullet, plastic bullet, which does not work. But at the same time, give them something to drink to change their minds. So I said, oh, now I got a point. I called those guys. I gave them something called mahau. Mahau, in Swahili, we call it kombe. Mahau is in Arabic. I don't have a good name in English, but it's some writings are written, and then with the intention.
What they're supposed to say, incantations.
Oh yeah, maybe that. So you write, you mix with water, you give them to drink, but when they drink, it works. So I just did that. I gave them the mahau to change their mind, and I told them, well, while you're doing this thing to your father, because he's very strong, you have to protect yourself. That was a lie, I can tell. But it was a good lie.
Yes.
So before you do that, for these 3 to 4 days, drink this first. And then after 7 days, do it. Then in the next 21 days, I do expect results to come. At that time, most of the time when you want to do something like that, it only takes 7 days, 14 days, not more than 21 days.
And someone's gone.
It's gone. And if he's just light like a feather, it's 2 days, he's gone. Sometimes like that. So I said, okay, drink this. After 4 days, go put this under the tree where the guy can pass through, and then wait for 21 days and you'll come and give me the results. They started drinking. Then I went to my father. I did what you asked me to do. He said, yes, now relax. Now you have helped the guy. I waited for 7 days. It went to 10 days. They came. The mother came. But I wasn't around. I was in Mwanza. Then I came back after another 2 days. The son came. I listened to him. He was like, we have discussed with my mother. We think if it is possible, why don't you just make him just disappear? Not die. No, don't let him die. If it's possible, we just make him disappear. I told him, okay, let me think about it. And I went to my father. He said, yes, your things are working. It came from wanting him dead. Now they want him to disappear. Yes. Meaning they have already felt some pity in them. I said, okay, I'll do that. But if you want me to do that, you have to pay me more. They said, no problem. At that time, they paid me 500,000 Tanzania shillings. It was a lot of money.
Yes.
A lot of money.
1998.
After a week, the mother came. The same story. You see, we have thought about this. If he dies, sometimes it's better he just stay, but he doesn't get married to that woman. Can you just help us? He forget that woman. So the story changes.
Oh, yes.
I said, okay, no problem. I went to my father. He said, you did well. keep giving them more. Then I asked for another money, and then I gave them more how to drink. To cut the long story short, in the end, they came to say, listen, can you please help us? The guy, even if he get married, but he doesn't forget about us. You get a point?
I get the point.
It came from wanted him dead,
yes.
to wanted him disappear,
Yes.
to wanted him stay but not getting married to a woman, to but get married to a woman but not forgetting us. So at that particular time, I went to my father and he said, now you helped the guy. Because if you didn't do this, if you didn't change these people's minds, they would have gone to someone else who is stupid enough to do the job. If he's going to, if he's paid, he will kill the guy. So you thought you helped the guy for not killing him, but someone else could have killed the guy, and then you did not help him in the first place. So at that particular time, I learned a very big lesson, but using the knowledge that I have, like, okay, instead of doing something harm, or instead of harming somebody, you can change this guy who want to harm somebody to not harming the guy. That is where they said, witchcraft is a knowledge. And you can use that knowledge whether in good way or in evil way. Just like having a pistol.
Yes.
When you have a pistol, you can just defend your family with it, or you can just go around and shoot everybody. It's you, it's not a pistol. The pistol does not have any problem. Whenever you want to shoot, it shoots. So witchcraft is the same thing. It's just a knowledge that you can use in either way that you want. If you want to use it in good, you can use it in good. If you want to use it in evil, you can use it in evil. So I'm telling and I'm trying to ask my brothers and sisters, if somebody comes to you so that you can harm somebody, not even by using witchcraft, even for the words, try to change him, try to change her. You know, King Ori is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bad, I want to do something. Why don't I try to convince him otherwise? It's very easy. So this is what we can do with the knowledge that we have.
Okay. You know, that story, back in, I believe, 2002, I had a classmate from upcountry who shared with us a story. They lost their younger brother.
Yes.
And the word is that someone had tied something and he crossed. I remember his name was Ben. So Ben died because, and according to the brother who was my classmate, was because he skipped that.
Yes.
Like they saw something on the road, I think Tiju a rat, and then they crossed that, he crossed that and he died.
Yes.
So now the question is, when you say this thing has been tied and put somewhere,
yes,
this person is the only person it will harm, number one, or if someone else crosses that, they also could die.
No, it depends. Most of the time, it harms somebody who is intended, not an intended person. But sometimes, very rare cases, it is stuck somewhere waiting for somebody that is intended, and it was not given a sacrifice, a blood or something. Then after waiting, it can happen. It just grab anyone who passes. But very rare cases, but it happens. And
it happens.
This is taking us to another story. Like, you know, most of the people are being witched, are being bewitched. We just don't know, but we have been bewitched so many times. And these things that I'm saying that you just can put down or whatever, these are just symbols. I spoke on the other episode.
Yes.
The symbol that is put somewhere, it call the spirit to come there and wait for the one who was intended. Sometimes these spirits, they have their lies. So it happens rarely that you cross into their corners and then they can attack you. But those cases are very rare. Most cases, these spirits, they want human justification, that it was not me, King Ori sent me. So if you see people maybe in the mosques, in the churches, wherever, they just come up with demons, 95% those demons were sent by people. Only maybe 4 to 5% those demons, they are just like that, crossing on the road, taking something that is not yours. Sometimes somebody bury something for someone else. Then you come with your play, you don't know, you don't think, you just take it, you start kicking it like you're playing a football. Sometimes, yes, they can come back to you. But those cases are very rare cases. Most of the cases, they are sent by somebody.
Okay. There's a story in Kenya about someone who was killed. It was a murder most foul, okay? So a conversation pops up that in a certain part of Kenya, when someone is killed, they get buried with a torch so that after they are buried, they go looking for the people who killed him. Like, you don't know. So okay. In this case, this was murder, like he was shot.
Yes.
But there is someone who dies. This also happened. Someone who has died because they've been bewitched, okay? And they died, and they come back to haunt the person who was involved.
Yes.
What is going on there?
Okay, it is like this. As in the normal life, in the physical life, we have different reactions. There are some people, they have just a passive reaction. You can slap him and he can say, okay, no, it's okay. There are some people, they have active reaction. You slap him, he slap you back.
Yes.
We have those people in the physical world. In the spiritual world, it is the same thing. Some other people can be witched, can be killed, even by pistol. And then their spirits can just react passively. Nothing happens. But some people, you kill them, whether by using witchcraft, by using a pistol, whatever it is, their spirits react actively. That is when they come back on earth trying to hunt you, and they hunt you in such a way that they will get you. But the issue is they are not able to touch you directly. They touch things that you touch, and that's another topic.
I'm interested to hear that. I know we have so much to cover, but I'm interested to hear that because this also, I believe, touches on cases where some people even refuse to be buried. I don't know, Kama, you've had such cases.
Yes. Some people refuse to. Okay, let me give you a very good example. There was a time, one of our grandfathers, he said when he dies, he wants to be buried in the same area that we are living. But the father, my uncle, he was living in another village. He said, no, I will transfer my father. I want to bury there. What happened? The area that was like 150 kilometers. You know how long did it take? It took us 2 weeks.
150 kilometers.
2 weeks. At the end of the day, we just buried the grandfather in the bush, in the forest.
Because you could not get there.
You don't get. I was there. I was young. I thought it was 14, 15 years old. I was there. I saw it with my naked eyes. The car starts. 2 minutes, it stops. All the technicians try their best. It can come on and move another 2 minutes, then it stops. You change the car. Every car that was brought there did not go for at least for half kilometer. No.
It was not possible.
It was not possible. Miraculously, I can say, people decided to carry him and walk. You know what happened? My uncle cracked his ankle on holding him. Cars failed, people failed, and then decided, okay, what do? We take him back or just bury him here? But at that time, the problem is this madawa is a kuhifadhi mwili.
Yes.
Then the body was starting to decay. It was a chaos, it was a smell and everything. Then my father decided, okay, we don't go back. Let's just bury him here. So that cemetery is already there. It's still there.
Yes.
The time that you come home, I'll go and I'll show you there. And it's written that the grandfather that did not accept to be buried somewhere else, it is written there.
Oh, okay.
So answering your question is, somebody can deny to be married, to be buried, either somewhere or somewhere else, or he can just deny to be buried. That happens. Yes.
And these things, as much, I don't know, Kama, for the people who don't believe in the things of beyond this world, they find something to explain.
Yes.
Kama, from the Luo culture in Kenya, we have people who can, and I believe we'll get into this later in the conversation, who, when a burial is happening, they can stop the rain.
Yes.
Until they finish.
Yes.
There are people who believe that when someone's being buried and it's about to rain, it means something to some extent. It can show communication, either the person is happy or the person is crying or the person is with the devil. They have very many connotations to that. But again, Ndakurudisha nyuma kidogo.
Yes.
So that we can start around the area we intended to start.
Okay.
Someone intends to bewitch someone.
Yes.
You don't know. You probably are not involved in anything, right? And then one of our team members, Carol, asks a question in our last session. Akauliza, if you do not believe in witchcraft, can it affect you?
That's a very good question.
Thank you.
And that makes me to quote Dr. Tim Wangi. Salute. He spoke something that is really spiritual. You see, there are some things that needs belief. Some things needs action. If, what I can say is, God is working under principles and formulas. This is what Dr. Tim Wangi said. There's principles, formulas, and there's faith. There are things need faith. There are things they need formula and principles, no faith. So, I can ask, if you don't believe in God, can God do something to you?
If you don't believe in God,
yes.
Can God do something? Yes, he can.
Why? If you don't believe in him. Same applies. If you don't believe in witchcraft, then witchcraft can affect you. I can tell my brother, my sister, not believing in witchcraft does not help you anything. I can beat you. Just give me one reason for me to beat you. Sin. Just sin. Don't believe in witchcraft. Sin. Go and gossip and let me do my thing. I beat you. That's simple. Only two things can stop you from being bewitched. Two things. One thing is when your spiritual powers are very strong. I don't know from where, but if your spiritual powers are very strong, all spirits that are sent to you, they fail. They can't attack you. Or when you are saint, I can say you don't sin. Because the sin is, I said in the previous episode, when you sin, you're opening up a door for the devils to play with you. Because they have now a justification that umechokoza watu, umekosea.
Yes.
Wewe unasema unamwamini Mungu, mbona umefanya dhambi?
Yes.
You said you believe in God. Yes. You said you fear God. Yes. Why did you sleep with that man yesterday? So you're hypocrite. They beat you. That's simple.
So your defenses are low.
No defense. There are some time there is no defense. When, for example, a woman sleeps with somebody's man, or a woman sleeps with a husband of another woman, at that particular time, before he went to shower, no defense at all. After showering, at least before he goes to repent, low defense. If he repents, at least his defense comes to the state that it was there before. Okay. Now, this is what I want to share. Most of the people that we see are being witched. Why I'm saying this is, let me put in a physical world. Most of the people are smoking cigarettes. Because there's two ways of smoking cigarettes. By smoking yourself, by smelling somebody who has been smoking. So most of us, we don't smoke, but we smell from some people who are just smoking. And in a health side of it, in a medical side of it, the one who is smelling the smoke from someone else is so deadly than the one who is smoking. That's in the physical world, in sense world.
Yeah.
We are calling him a second-hand smoker,
yes,
or second smoker, or passive smoker.
Yes.
So, in the spiritual world now, these people who are playing with witchcrafts, it's like people who are drinking and smoking. They just do it every day. Sometimes having fun, sometimes testing their things. I got another knowledge. Does this work? Oh no, this is not. Like computer programmers, they see a good language, they try it to code. So they do that every day. And they don't try to the trees, they try it to people. So most of the time, we are being witched. Only thing that can stop us from being witched is when we don't sin, or when our spiritual powers are higher. But otherwise, we are so much bewitched. But I'll tell you from my own experience. I receive people like every day, a lot of people. And if you hear from them, everybody wants to bewitch somebody. Take an example of a boss. You have 10 employees, right? you have your parents, you have a wife, you have a side woman. You know what's happening? Let me tell you guys, I rather open you up so that you can know what to do. The wife is trying to bewitch you so that you will not go out to another woman. Our women do that every day. Every single day they do that. Our employees, they bewitch us so that we will not kick them out of the job. Others are bewitching us so that they will get the promotions, and they are doing that every day. I invite you to my home one day, and you will listen to people what they are telling to me.
You know, someone mentioned, okay. Someone mentioned to me that there are people who do business, and this was in a very informal setting.
Yes.
At mechanics that open their garages with some medicine to attract customers.
Yes.
Things they do have. These things work.
Yes. Okay, let me put it this way. Like everything is working in a physical world, it is done in a spiritual world. And it is done every day. In that world, it is very normal. Everything is just moving around.
That's like spirit influencers.
Yes. So what I was saying is, you are a husband, maybe your wife is very God-fearing. But I'm not sure about your girlfriend. She might be bewitching you so that you can leave your wife and go to her. Most of these girlfriends, they bewitch people so that they'll get money. No, I'm being very honest here, you see, because I receive these people. I can show you in my logs, and you see everybody what he wants. So most of us we are being witched every day, and we don't know. And one thing that is very bad I want to share with you is there is two types of bewitching people. This coming to another story. This story involves my brother called the Master Kidebe, wherever you are. This was in 1996, I remember. Some guy took my money, me and my other brother. And then we have been discussing, you see, what do we do to this person? My brother said, no, let us beat him with paralysis. No, okay, this is it. You know, when you're young, you're not wise enough, and you have that much power, you just misuse it. You understand me? So we're discussing like it's just a normal thing. Let us do something so that he gets paralyzed. Our big brother came, this Master Kideb, he's in Oman right now. He said, no, listen, you're very young. If you beat him with paralysis, he dropped down after 5 days. They will take him to a witch doctor, to a spiritual healer or traditional healer to heal him. What you need to do to him, not about paralysis. Do something that is called mkosi. Mkosi in English, how do you call it?
Bad omen.
Bad omen.
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it bad omen on him. Why? Because he is not going to realize. If he gets lost, he will think it's very normal. Something happens, he thinks it's normal. He gets an accident, he thinks it's normal. He will come and realize after maybe 20 or 25 years. Whoa. So that is very good. This disease thing is not is old-fashioned.
There is long-term punishment now.
No, you don't realize. You think it's just God's plan. You get an accident, you say, oh, it's God's plan. You get lost on business, you say it's God's plan. Everything happens, God's plan. So most of the people have been witched and they think it's just normal. And that is why I'm saying, as we're supposed to do our physical checkups, like every year at least, or after every 6 months, I'm talking about physical, do an X-ray, ultrasound, to check our health. We're supposed to do that at least once in a year because some diseases are just staying in our bodies and we'll come to realize when they are already chronic. I'll advise people also to do spiritual X-rays after every some period of time. I advise it because most of the people are being witched and they don't know. And because they don't do these spiritual X-rays, they don't know. They'll come to realize after 15 to 20 years. That is when they start to disturb these pastors and sheikh and spiritual healers. When the things are already chronic. You don't need to wait your spiritual problems to become chronic now to go to the pastor.
Isn't it enough to pray?
Sorry?
Like, isn't it enough to pray? Like you said, that people who pray and who are true to the word are protected to a higher level.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Is it enough to pray?
Let's come to that.
Okay.
How are you praying?
Okay.
If you're constantly praying, you constantly avoid sins.
you're good.
Good for you. Yes. Kabisa.
So ingine, if you want to balance being a sinner and also doing bad things to people, you need spiritual X-ray.
No, most of the people are sin. Most of us, we just sin. Well, then we repent, we sin, we repent.
Yes.
But when we sin, we open the door to be harmed with some people, some spirits. But all I can say is, most of the time, we are walking with diseases in our bodies without knowing. So it's better to know if you are spiritual sick, so that you can go for special prayers for that. And when you know that, no, I'm okay, now you can do special prayers just for protection.
Okay.
Just it's in normal physical world. Sometimes you can use some supplements just to defend yourself, to make sure that your body, your immunity is very strong, you don't get sick. But sometimes you have to be diagnosed and see if there is something. So you just treat that first and then use some supplements as additional. So in spiritual world, it has to be the same. When I walk around, I can tell, when I walk around, I see most of the people with the symptoms of being witched. And sometimes witches, they don't have that bad intention. They're trying their machines. They're testing their machines. Sometimes they are playing like any other people are playing. So that is always happening in our lives, like daily lives.
Not all bad luck is just pure bad luck.
Not everything is pure everything. I said, there is two sides of the coin in everything. When you get sick, even a heart attack. Okay, I can give an example. If I take, let's say, end of the cow's horn, and I put inside garlic, just garlic, and a needle, okay? And I tied up with a black cloth and black thread, put down, put over a pot, just a pot.
Yes.
If I can put blood on that horn, I can ask him to come and touch your heart. And what happens is, okay, when we go to Goma, you'll see it. I just put it there, I cover it up, I send it. When I remove the cover, it's gone. When it's not gone, I have to put more blood and cover it again. And when I open, it's gone. When it's gone, in not more than half an hour, we'll hear Kingori has got a heart attack. You see?
Yeah.
Only it's not going to work only when your spiritual powers are strong. I will come later, open, and find it is there, and it is looking at me, knowing that, oh, it has been failed. So in that case, what I can say is we are living in a very dangerous world. So we have to be closer to God. We have to try to decide to be as close to God as possible. Because if we don't, we are living with witchcraft effects, and then they become very, very, very chronic. At the end of the day, we suffer. Treating something very small takes you years because it is already chronic.
Sawa. I'll ask you something. I believe they could be unrelated.
Yes.
Right? But I'll start with some of the feedback we've received on the show.
Yes.
Are there people who, and I think I saw this on TikTok, because we shared a video of you on TikTok, and people are like, oh, Dr. Mwaka's ring, Dr. Mwaka's ring. It pops out somewhere. Is it a marriage ring, or there's something beyond Nini? I want to tell you a story.
Okay.
After, as in...
No, it's not. It's not a marriage ring. It's just a companion ring.
It's a companion ring. Sawa. People actually, and people are very serious. I paid attention because I saw like, hey, Dr. Mwaka's ring. Oh, that ring, like asking questions. I was like, I believe they will be interested to know what the ring is about.
Yes.
So now, fast forward, I interact with something. I believe this is in around 2009, 2010, when I heard in church that there are pastors who have powers to cast out demons, right? But it's not by the power of God, okay? And the explanation was that these preachers go and make a covenant, and they get a certain kind of ring that gives them power above certain demons. And when they speak, They are above in command and they can cast out demons, right? And then the sacrifice for that, I'm told, was either in August or December. They were supposed to sacrifice 2 children. That's the price for the power of the ring. Could there be any truth to that?
Yes, there could be some sort of truth, but not exactly as you are saying. There is different uses of these rings. There are some rings that their stones are associated with zodiac signs. That if you are Aries, this stone is good for you to bring good luck, to make you healthy, and something like that. So some people are wearing rings just for those reasons.
Yes.
There are some people are using rings to represent some spirits.
Yes.
There are people are using rings to represent some powers.
Okay.
But the term of sacrifice depends on how this guy entered a covenant with their particular spirit. For example, there are some spirits I can just ask them and they will not ask me anything because of what I've been doing in the past few years, because of the powers that I might have above them. But all I know is, this is what I know with experience. Most of the rings, if they are powerful rings, it's not only about casting demons, they cast people. Okay.
Rings.
Okay. This ring, for example.
Yes.
There is a way of making you a ring.
Yes.
Whereby when you wear that ring, you go to ask something to somebody, he cannot say no. He will go and regret later. That's okay. But in front of you, he cannot say no. These rings are made. We just make them. Very normal. Like, listen, you have this ring. There is some sacrifices, but the sacrifice that the guy has to give whatever, no. That's not the case. Maybe on his side, yes, but in the area that I work with, the spirits that I have a companion with, as I said in the previous episode, some spirits are just friends. When you're a musician, the music spirits will like you. Wherever you go, they just go with you. And you can't imagine, wherever there is a music somewhere, you'll be surprised. They'll take you there. You'll just notice there is music somewhere. When you're a drinker, these drinking spirits will be close to you. They'll be your friend. They boast themselves that you are their friends. And they will show you where to drink. Utakosa hela zote, so hela ya kunywa. These spirits, sex spirits, they love sex. And there are some, I'm always saying, there are some they like to see physical porn, human porn. So when they come to you, they are your friend. Whatever woman you approach, she says yes. It's not you, it's them.
It's not that you have game at nini.
I'm saying.
Ni mashetani.
I'm saying there's 2 sides of the coin in everything. Maybe you might have that game, but I'm talking about the spirits that are there. When they come to you, there is no woman will say no to you. Simply because they want you to get her so they can just come and watch.
That's a very consoling statement.
Now,
for the people who don't have sex, you are not ugly.
now coming back to the ring.
Yes.
The rings, going back to the history of the King Solomon.
Yes.
King Solomon used to have the ring. That ring has had the names on it. Whenever he rub one name and he says something, that thing happens. All demons, all jinns, all ruhan, they used it to obey him because of that ring. And there's a big story back then. Somebody stole his ring. A devil stole his ring. And then Solomon became like useless for some period of time until that ring came back to him. And there is this, even if you go now to Google, just write Solomon ring. You'll see a lot of rings that are Solomon rings, and they're sold even on Amazon. So these people, for example, pastors, religious leaders, I know if they really believe in God, they don't need anything to cast out the demons.
Yes.
But I'm sorry, but most of them, they don't have that power because they're human.
Okay.
Most of them, they don't have that power. I see most of the time in different areas, I see a pastor or an apostle, it's like, in Jesus' name, in Jesus' name. Then he says a lot of things, and then the demon is just there, half an hour, 1 hour. It's because maybe he doesn't have that much power. So if they go somewhere else to get that power, I just agree with them in one reason. Coming back to Dr. Tim Wangi, he said there's principles and formulas. Okay, witchcraft is just principles and formulas. It's knowledge. If you do this, this is happening. If you do this, this is happening. And not necessarily to be something that is bad. For example, if I stand now and there's somebody with demon here, I don't need to speak a word. If I do my hands like this, you'll see she starts crying. Why? It's because I'm calling the spirit that is bigger than that.
So
but calling that spirit does not necessarily mean I'm sinning or I'm doing sin or I don't believe in God. No, I believe in God. And there are some spirits believe in God. There is a contradiction here between Christians and Muslims. And as a spiritualist, I just stand in the middle and I look into my own experience. So I believe in what I've been doing. I believe in what I do. I don't believe in what people say. I've been in the situation that I need some spirits to do evil and they reject 150%. So if you tell me that all spirits are evil, I'll question you. Have you ever been there, talk to these spirits? Have you ever tried to send the spirit to do something? If you say no, I say, then don't conclude that. You're putting yourself in a casket. Try to open up your mind. There's different things outside the world. There's a lot of things that is not even in the scriptures, or it's different from what it is in the scriptures. Okay. So let me give you a very good example. You see, there are some things, there are some lessons God himself taught people. In Christian scriptures, for example, in Exodus 30, 22 to 26, God is teaching Moses to make an anointed oil. When we come to Islamic world, that oil is so powerful because it's again taught in Quran. And Muslims are being used these things, and that's why most of the people call Muslims wachawi. They have majini and those things. But simply because Christians, we neglected formulas and principles. We went to the New Testament where it's only belief is needed. The only problem is, do we have that belief? Because on Exodus, if you go to Google right now and just Google Exodus oil, that's the oil that God taught Musa to make. And everything that is touched with that oil will be holy and will be anointed. Everything that is touched with that oil will be clean and holy. Jews are using that oil in their businesses, in their things, to clean their things, to do their things. Because it is a principle. When you come to New Testament, say, no, those things are just Old Testament. Now we just need to believe. But the issue is, who said God changes? God does not change. God is him then, now, and after. The behaviors that he used to have, he has now, and he's going to have tomorrow. That is God. That's the God that I know. God does not change. Because in God's hands, in God's eyes, we are nothing. The time that we spend on earth is nothing. It's like we are put here in his hand, the entire universe.
But the preaching of the New Testament says that when Jesus died on the cross,
yes,
and his blood was spilled,
yes,
it was a sacrifice that all debts have been paid.
I can agree with you in that context. But if it is so, then why do we repent again? Why do we do sacrifices? Why do we do offerings? And if that's so, why do we still quoting all the Testament's lines? When you see in cars and everything, it's Exodus, it's Isaiah, it's everything. We boast ourselves with those lines, right? But to follow the formulas, no, we don't want. We are going back to Jesus. But to the lines and everything, we refer to the Isaiah numbers and everything. I can say that's hypocrites. I'm sorry, my fellow Christians, that's hypocrites. Yeah. All I'm trying to teach people is, you cannot go against the formula of God and expect to survive. It doesn't work that way. For those who knows forex trading, there's a saying says, the trend is your friend. When you trade against the trend, you are likely to make losses than prophets. When you believe in God, but you want things to happen against his formulas and principles, you are making yourself a loser. Because God has these principles already. God taught people what to do. Or is in Old Testament. Okay, let's say in Old Testament. Is Old Testament died?
No.
No, it is there. Okay. Do you really have that faith so that only blood of Jesus is enough? Let's be honest here. Let's don't be hypocrites. Do we really? Because I can tell you one thing. We all follow Jesus, right? I'll ask you. When a guy asked Jesus, what should I do to inherit the kingdom of God? He said, go and sell everything of yours and then follow me, right? What did you sell? You want to follow? You followed Jesus. What did you sell? That was what he said. Go and sell everything, then come follow me. We don't sell anything. We want to follow him with our pockets, with our jobs, with our houses, with our everything, and then we tell that we follow him. That is hypocrites. I will say, if you are following the teachings of God, that cannot be a sin. If you're making things out of the teachings of God, it doesn't matter it is in the previous Testament or in New Testament, I don't see a sin. So I'm telling pastors and apostles, if somebody is accusing you for using the knowledge, especially the knowledge that is obtained in the Old Testament to cast these demons, my brother, keep doing it. Only God is the judge. If your intentions are good, if you're using the knowledge from the Bible, Old Testament, you are not doing sin. Just do it. Because in the Old Testament, there is knowledge, there is principles and formulas. In the New Testament, I don't argue with it. There is faith. It's only faith. You believe it, it comes. But do we really have that faith? Because you can't lack both. You just don't take formulas and principles. And then you don't have faith. So you are missing all of them. This is not how it works. So nowadays, I was speaking about Exodus oil, for example. It has a very big market. Let me show you an example. I'll show you. Here.
Exodus 30:22.
This oil are made according to the teachings of God in the Old Testament. And they work. And if you don't believe me now, call anybody who you know that he has demons. Call him now, here in front of the cameras. And let me just put one drop in my hands and see what's going to happen. Now, that's why I'm saying we just abandon the Old Testament because there is New Testament, but we don't have enough faith to go along with New Testament. You understand? So for the pastors and apostles who believe in Jesus, you have that power to cast demons. Good for you. I like it. No problem. For those who you know yourself, you don't lie to yourself that, do I have this? You say you have a faith and you have another woman outside the marriage. And then you lie to your people. You are not lying to your people. You are lying to yourself. Then use the formulas and principles that God taught his men. And then things are going well. That's why you can see the Jews community, they're prospering every day because they're still considering the Old Testament. They didn't go with the New Testament. Yes. Okay. Most of the Jews, they said, that nigger, they called Jesus nigger. That guy, he said he was God, whatever. That is what they say. I don't blame them because not all generations accepted the prophet at that particular time. Even Moses was not accepted by Israelis. Some just accepted him. And then when Jesus came, some did not want Jesus. They stayed with Moses. And when another prophet came, some did not accept him. They stayed with the one that they used to have. So to me, I said, it's okay. Even if another prophet comes and we don't accept him, in my spiritual world, they say, okay, that's normal. It has been happening since. Do you understand me? So my point here is, if those pastors, apostles, they are using this, especially the ring that is made by me, if I make a ring, I don't do any evil sacrifice because I know that I have the power within me that is godly powers that can allow me to command the spirits. So I will command the spirits that, please, I'm giving you this name. If this guy rubs his ring, please be there. Do what you can. I said they cannot do it all. No, there's something they can, there's something they cannot. Just like us human. Some are good in computers, some are not. Some are good in speaking, some are not. Some are good in farming, some are not. And the spirits are the same thing. So if you use a ring, rubbing it by asking the spirit to do something good so that God will be glorified. I don't know what you believe, but to me, I think it is still good. It is the same that example that I gave in the previous story, that some people came to me to want to kill somebody. I changed their mind. So I use my knowledge to do something good. So these rings, yes, are there, and some are powerful, but if it is powerful, you have to test it. Not everybody who says can give you a ring, a powerful ring, then he can give you a powerful ring. A ring is just a symbol that he's giving you a companion with certain spirit, that when you rub the ring, that spirit will appear, and then he can do what you want him to do, if he can do it. If he cannot do it, he'll say, no, I cannot do it. And some other rings, they're just signals. If something bad is going to happen, then the finger gets some pain. If something good is going to happen, the finger gets itching. So just like signals, like any other signals. Like, as you know, we have signals in our bodies. We are given by God. When your blood is full, there are some signals. You go to pee. You don't pee on your own. So those things are there in physical and in spiritual world.
Okay. Understood. When I take you back, Kidogo, you also said, when you are describing the different kinds of spirits, you said there are spirits who love sex, okay?
Yes.
And I believe our audience also expressed questions on spirit husbands and spirit wives. What is your knowledge on this concept?
Okay.
Is it true? Do we have people who are actually married to someone in the spirit world, or probably I'm a simple-minded man.
Yes.
I don't grasp the concept.
Yes.
What is spirit husband and spirit wives?
Okay. In the physical world, we are human, right? We get married, we get associated with our things and everything like that. In spiritual world, they are spirits. They live their lives. I said in the previous episode, nowadays, humankind are boosting themselves just having a friend from the spiritual world. Mimi na majini, mimi nafuga majini, naweza nikaita majini. We boosting ourselves by using those kind of things. But likewise, the spirits are boosting themselves in their world, that I have a friend from humankind. And the issue is spirits can change and transform themselves into different different bodies. They can turn themselves to a snake, they can turn themselves to a dog, they can turn themselves to a woman or a man. The only issue is that transformation cannot stay longer. That's their weakness, and that we use that weakness to just go along with them. They can turn to a man kabisa man.
Real life.
Yes, real life. I can make you see it. It's not a problem. It's not a big deal. Real life. Yes, I can. Okay. If I put you in a room, you close everything, and I call one of the jinns, and it comes in there, and no lock has been broken. He just appear there, and he just disappear. What will say that is? Because you didn't say it. I've seen it. I'm doing it. I can call the jinn, I can ask him of something, I can command to do something. Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no, sometimes no, umezidi, no, I can do this. So they come in a human form. Now, that is what we ask for. I remember one of my young brothers, he got crazy because he wanted to call a jinn and he did not say to come in which form. So it came in a form of a rock. That is what he came to explain after he's been treated, but he stayed to be half crazy for the whole life, till now. The stone came to that room, left only a space for him. Then he was shouting and shouting and shouting, and after a few minutes, that rock went away. He tried to call a jinn, but he did not say specifically what form should the jinn come. So the jinn came in different form. But I can say, jinns are coming in various forms. Most of the time, we want them to come in human forms. Now, coming to your question, some spirits, they turn themselves into a human body to have sex with humankind. Sometimes men are asking spirits to turn themselves to human body to have sex with them.
So if it comes in human form,
Yes.
are these the dreams that people feel? It was a dream, but it was realistic. You were having sex, and it was serious. It was happening.
There's two ways. There's these genes that people call Jini Mahava. These genes are just interfering. They just catch you without your will. These genes are coming in two forms. Some are coming in the dreams. Some are coming in reality, but you don't see them. You feel everything, the touching, everything, the sex part of it. You feel it, everything, but you don't see them. And you can see if you're in the meeting, somebody can just talk like this, and then the sex thing is going on. I can call people who have experienced that. I've been treating people with that kind of thing. And they can tell, I feel it. When it comes, I feel every single thing. And others are coming in the dream now. You dream like you're having sexual intercourse with somebody. They can bring any face. But that is something else. I'm talking about the real spirit to come in a real body, in a physical reality. It comes into your room and have sex with him. Normally, it just happens. And okay, in that time, that growing age, okay, this is very funny. You see, I see now these young boys, they are looking for these sugar mummies. You know something?
Yes,
sugar
it's
mum.
a big deal. Yes.
When I was growing, we were looking for sugar mummies from genes. Okay, it is like this. There is certain verses in scriptures. I'm talking about Islamic scriptures.
Yes.
When you recite them at a certain number, in a particular time, in a certain way, these genes comes. So most of the time, it takes something called riyadha. If you are Muslim, you'll know that. You go into the riyadha, then you call some certain genes, and you choose, I want the gene that can transform into a woman to come to me because I want money. At that time, we believe that the women from genes can bring you money. And nowadays, yes, there are some people, they can make you a friend with a gene so that you can make money. Some people are making, this is called pesa za majini. I think you have heard such a thing, pesa za majini. You get a relationship to a spirit, then the spirit brings you money. So at that time, at that age, 1990s, we were trying to do these things to approach women, female spirits, so that they can make us rich. Okay, I never got rich. I never got rich, but these things are there. So coming to your question, now there are some women in spirits, they want to get married to male in physical world. And there are some male in physical world, they want to get married to a spirit. Simply, most of these people is power and money. They are promised that if you get married to a jinn, you'll be powerful. When you get married to a jinn, you'll be successful. But I can say in Islam, it's prohibited. It's not allowed. If you're a Muslim, I can tell you it's not allowed. It's prohibited. So it's zina. I don't know how to call it. It's zina like any other zina. So it's not, but it is there. Even if you want to get married to a spirit, tell me, I'll take you, I'll bring a spirit, and I'll get married to you.
And it becomes your wife. You can have disagreements, normal, like it's a normal couple.
I said one weakness.
Yes.
They cannot stay in a transformed form for a long time. So she can come in your room for a few minutes, for a few hours, and then she can disappear. She cannot stay like a day.
Long term,
and most of these people, they cannot operate in lights. And some, they cannot operate in darkness. So they have their weaknesses. And one of the weaknesses are just like that. So some, when it's the moon is shining, they can't come. So if you have that wife, she will only be coming during the dark days. And when you have those are working well in lights, they will be coming to you during the light days.
Okay.
Do you understand me?
I understand. In fact, when you said it's prohibited in Islam,
yes,
it almost sounded like it's okay for Christians.
I don't think so. If it's prohibited for Muslims, and Muslims are the ones who are allowed to get married up to 4 wives.
Yes.
What about Christians who are just allowed only 1 wife?
Fair point.
I think it's prohibited to them as well.
Fair point. Yes. We left one of the conversations we left pending last time. We said story for another day. Was the power of spoken word.
Yes.
Do some people speak death upon themselves?
Yes.
What is the power of the words you speak?
That's a very good question.
Thank you.
If you go to the scriptures, it's written that your words can do something. Death and life are coming from your words. I don't want to go there. I'll be in the spiritual context. God created the universe, created everything by using words. God is within us. We have the power of God within us. That means when we speak something, we are speaking like God is speaking within us, depending on how spiritual, powerful we are. But let me take to the science point of it. There is this guy called Masaru Emoto. This guy conducted a research, and he spoke good words on water.
Yes.
And he spoke awful words on another glass of water. Then when the water was
left to settle,
not left to settle, frozen.
Yes.
They see with the microscope there was the different patterns. There was a very good and nice patterns on this word that was spoken good word. You can go and Google, and that research is there. You know, when I say research, the research is there. And there was awful patterns in the water that was spoken awful words. That's the research. Just go and Google for yourself. But let me come back again. When you speak something good, you will feel good. When you speak something bad, you will feel bad. Words and the universe all are just vibrations. Somebody hears following some vibrations. How my voice comes to your ear and you hear is through vibrations. The universe works through vibrations. So whatever you say, the universe always say, okay. Whatever you are saying to yourself says, okay. I can't, he says, okay, you can't. I can, the body says, yes, you can. I'm talking about you and you. You in a physical world, when you say, I can't do this, you in a spiritual world say, yes. So what I'm saying here is, there is a very big power of words. That's why, even in witchcraft, when we are giving you something to go and do, we are telling you, nuia, say. You cannot just do it without saying anything. No, you have to say, I want Dr. Kingori to get an accident. I want, and sometimes we're saying you have to repeat it 21 times. You have to repeat it 33 times because the word creates. So I can say, if we leave the scriptures, when you are saying something bad to somebody, and this is another thing, something bad can happen to you as well because your brain does not know how to interpret the good word or bad word spoken to someone else and spoken to you. When you speak something bad to someone else, it's likely to happen to you too. If you speak something good to somebody, it's likely to happen to you too. So when you bless somebody, the blessings come to you. When you curse somebody, the curse comes to you. And that is happening every single day. So to answer your question is, we are supposed to learn to use our words very carefully. We are supposed to learn not to mention bad words to our children, to our wives, to our husbands, to our co-workers, to anybody. Not because when you speak something bad, it's going to happen to him. No. If you speak something bad, it is likely to happen to you too, because the word has got the power of God, because God is within you.
Thank you for that submission. They now brings a conversation on the difference between revelation and prophecy.
Yes.
There's in 2018, I went to see someone at a hospital called Mbagathi. And I was fascinated, or rather I was shocked by humans and business. Okay, shocked is a strong word, but I was curious about the nature of business, that outside the hospital, they had coffin shops.
Yes.
Okay? So I walked into the coffin shops and I started, there were two things. The reason why I asked the questions of spoken word. That 2018, two things happened. In that hospital, when I was leaving around 6 p.m., I never forget I saw a bed and there was a woman there and people surrounding the bed and she was like almost screaming. She wanted to scream, right? So when I left, the next morning I come, I'm told, by the way, a few minutes after you guys left, the woman died. Okay? So I carry a very interesting question in my head about the last moments of a human being, okay? The person I was seeing in this hospital decided to leave the hospital because people were dying in that ward so much. She said she's not staying there. People die every day. She's alive and very healthy today.
Okay.
Right? Alive. And I was one of the people who asked myself, wow, you want to go out of hospital and this is where you can get help? She said no. She's walking out. People are dying there.
Yes.
Back to the coffin shop.
Yes.
I asked a question. I asked a lot of questions. And one of the ladies who was selling that coffin shop told us, and this is where a word comes in. She tells us that a man walked into the shop and admired a coffin and said that if he dies, he wants one just like that one. The lady tells me that it did not take 2 weeks. They came to buy a coffin just like that one for that man.
Yes.
He had died.
Okay.
For this man to say this, two things. The lady I'm telling you, I'm talking about, walked out of hospital and she said that ward people are dying. She's not staying there. She's alive and healthy, we thank God today. Very well, okay? And it's over 6 years later. Now we come to this other situation where a man in the same scenario came and booked, like sort of booked a coffin. For this man, was it that he sensed, his spirit sensed that his time was almost up, or by booking a coffin, he had signed his fate?
Very good question.
Thank you.
Remember it. I want to give you a small story. If I forget your question, then you'll do it again so that I can answer it. Okay. This story answers the question. When we were growing up, we have been taught different ways in the knowledge, the one you called witchcraft. There was a day that we started to learn big things, and our father was saying, I'm going to teach you something, but you are not using it unless it is the proper time to use it. We said, how? He said, I'm going to teach you this thing. This can kill a person, but you never kill somebody until he's already dead. Then we did not understand. He said, go. The time that you're ready, come. My brother, Master Kidebe, remembers this. So it took us months. How? If somebody has done something wrong, I want to kill him. You say you have to kill him when he's already dead. How? So it took us months until the day that he comes and elaborated to us. He said, if somebody is healthy and well and he don't fight with anybody and you do something to kill him, when he dies, they will notice it is you. So you have to wait until he quarrels with somebody. That is when you do your thing. When he dies, nobody notices you. When he got a simple accident, then that is when you can kill him. If he dies, nobody notices it's you. So that was another big lesson that I got from our father, that you don't kill a person until he's already dead. Already dead means he's already into a circumstance that if he dies, nobody will say, Dr. Mwaka killed this person. Now coming to your question. The spirits, as I have been taught, they want the same thing. They want a justification. Sometimes they want to kill. Sometimes they want to destroy something. Sometimes they want to take people. But they cannot do it until they get a very good justification. Now, coming to the guy that said, if I die, you this coffin, means he has opened the door to the spirits that want to kill somebody. You gave him the justification, now they come to you. You get my point? Another thing is, you are in the hospital. I hear the same story like that. Some guy was in the hospital. The first day, somebody dies. The second day, the other dies. The third day, the other guys die. And he was the fourth. He said no. He ran away.
Yes.
As they said, he's still alive. What I can say is for that woman is, when the fears and doubts comes, that is when the spirit can enter your body. Remember the previous episode? You remember the previous episode?
Yes.
When people are graduating, when people are prospering, people tend to think that we are going to prosper. When people are dying, people tend to think that, oh my God, we are going to die. Can God save us? That doubt gives a room to a spirit to do what you want to do. And sometimes these spirits, they want these bodies. Sometimes I can tell, for example, there's some certain things to be done in a witchcraft. You need a child's blood, sometimes child's coil. This kitov mnahitaji.
Umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord. Those things are just needed that have very big spiritual meaning. So sometimes the spirits in their spiritual world, they want these kind of things. So they will have to hunt somewhere that death is smelled. Some people who thinking of death, now they think God cannot save me here. That is when they penetrate and do their thing and get what they want. Just like men or humankind are hunting these spirits to use them in their daily things. Men, women are hunting these spirits. They just don't have this knowledge. They want money. They want good relationship. They want to tie their husband so they don't go out. They want to tie their boss so that the boss cannot kick them out. These things are going on every day. All these things are done by spirits. So we are there in needs of spirits like every single day. If you go to traditional healers or to spiritual healers, you'll see people wanting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 every day. And that is for the help of spirits. So as we need spirits, they need us. So if they get a chance to take us, they use it. So when you speak something bad, for example, for yourself or for your child, they get a justification that it is not me. It is his parent who said this person cannot do it. So you blame me for nothing. It is not me. So they get that legal justification that we humankind, we started it, they just do it, and they said in the day of judgment, we will say, it was not me. This guy said it. This guy did it. When he was in the hospital, instead of depending on you, he was saying he's going to die. So because he said he's going to die, we said yes, and we take him. Do you get my point? So whenever you are saying, whatever you are saying, you're opening the door for the devil to do something. And this is not only in witchcraft, even in normal circumstances. When you have a very good relationship with your wife, the day he goes out and explain something bad about you, that is the day that somebody will destroy that marriage. He has opened the door. See, tulikuwa tuambie tu huyu mwanaume wako ni kiranja, tulikuwa tumekaa tu kimya, lakini they will say that after he starts to say. And that is why there's this saying says, don't tell me what they said about me. Tell me, why were they comfortable talking about me in front of you?
That's an interesting example, because when you don't tell people about someone else,
yes,
it's very hard for them to get access to the relationship you have.
The day you open up, you are opening the door for the devil to use that particular person to destroy your marriages. So don't tell your things to people. Don't. Because the time that you are saying, there are these spirits that are waiting for you. Like I said, we are told you kill somebody who is already dead. So they want to destroy somebody who is already destroyed. There is a room for them to penetrate to do these evil things. So if you say something bad to yourself, to your neighbor, to your parent, to your child, whatever it is, you're opening that door. When you say something to yourself that, I think this is very bad, maybe you're going to die, you are calling the spirits. If they want to kill somebody, the door is open. You predict it yourself. You open the door. They just take somebody. And if somebody blamed them, they said, no, he said himself that he's going to die. We just follow what he said. We did what he said.
Okay.
So we don't need to speak these bad things. We just have to be positive as possible in every situation.
Okay. So I'd like us to go into two things before we close. We promise people that you will make comments on marriage in this episode, and also horoscopes and zodiac signs before we close. But then again, I'm curious. If someone kills an innocent person through witchcraft,
yes,
and this person was innocent,
yes,
okay, and ama probably it's a reactionary person, and
Yes.
then they come to haunt the person.
Yes.
And the person who killed comes to see Dr. Mwaka to help with this situation, to stop
Yes.
the haunting. What's going on here?
Okay. What's going on is, it's depending on the power of that spirit that is hunting the guy and the power of Dr. Mwaka to battle with that spirit. If Dr. Mwaka is strong enough, that spirit can retreat sometimes and surrender. If Dr. Mwaka is so convincing, he can convince that spirit, like, listen, rest in peace, please. Okay, this guy did mistake, so why are you hurting him? If there is anything that you want, you can say. But I can tell, most of the spirits that have been killed without doing anything. And there is another story here, if I may put
Please.
it. There are some are killed, there are some are taken. Killing and take are two different things. And I'll be very clear here.
Break it down.
There are some are not killed, are just taken. So what they do, my fellow witches, they just put a shadow on the guy, and all of you see that he is dead while he's not dead. Then you take a shadow and bury it while the person stayed at home. So they take somewhere to do whatever they want to do there.
No. Rudi nyuma kidogo so that I get this correct.
Let me give you a story. One day, the guy was arguing with an old man that was in Oman. That old man said, listen, you are very young. I want to show you something. Let's go to your house. He took the guy to his house. The guy found that his relatives was crying that the guy was dead. And he was taken to the room, and he saw himself lying on bed, dead. And he looked at the old man. Old man said, shut up. And then they went away. After a few minutes, they came back. And when they came back, they said, you see, amepiga chafya, amefufuka. He wanted to say, shut up. The lesson was, we think we know things in this world. My brother, we know nothing. And that is said in the Muslim scriptures. When the scripture says, وَمَا أُتِيتُم مِّنْ عِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ وَمَا أُتِيتُم إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. It means they ask you about spirit. Tell them, spirit is from the kingdom of God. And you have not given an education, but a little bit, a bit. Means, يَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الرُّوحِ قُلْ رُوحٌ مِّنَ اللَّهِ تَعَالَى وَمَا أُتِيتُم مِّنْ عِلْمِ إِلَّا قَلِيلًا. That means, in this world, we think we know things, but we don't. There is a lot of things going on in the spiritual world that we don't know at all. So, coming to the question that you asked. I always forget the questions. I answered it already, but I want to clear it. You asked.
Yes. As in, when you're negotiating with a spirit that has, you are giving an example between taken and
yes. Killed. So, my point is, when you are taken, you are not dead. You will live until you die. When you are killed, you die. You die. Killing, sometimes they can even kill you by poison that you cannot see.
When you're taken, it means you are alive, but you're not.
You are
family
alive,
buried
you are hidden. They have just buried a toy. That's happening every day.
That happens
every day. People are burying toys every day. And in our area that I'm living, before they bury somebody, there's some elders, they must come.
Okay.
And these people, when they take somebody, I can tell you, they don't take him away. He's there in the house. They are waiting. Will somebody notice? Will somebody realize that this guy is not dead? If they see somebody realized, they push the guy and he's like, cha! Ameamka, hakufa tena. When nobody realizes, that is when they take him away. You go and bury the whatever it is. Sometimes you bury an animal, sometimes you bury a goat, sometimes you bury a sheep, and the guy is away. This in normal life, they call it ndondocha, if you have heard of that. Ndondocha, these are the people who are taken. You think they are dead, but they are taken. In my villages, these people are used to farm, are used to work, and they work very hard. So these big witchmen, they have numbers of these people. So you see, they have a very big farm. there are few workers, but in 2 days, you see the whole farm is farmed. Okay. No, it's not only like that. They can use these dirty
Kenyans
people.
only are limited to Dondosa. It's different.
That is Ndondocha.
No, it's different.
Dondosa, what is Dondosa?
Dondosa is different. It's for the devil, but it's different. I'll explain.
Okay. Now, these people, not only they can take the people that you thought they are dead to go and farm, they can take you to go and farm. When you sleep, they can come. They put what I can call it is a spiritual drug that you wake up, you can do everything that they want, but you cannot realize. Until they take you back home, you wake up in the morning, there is dust and you're tired, and sometimes there's dust and matope and everything. And that is happening in real world.
So sleepwalking is now a different...
That is not a sleepwalking. That is, I can say sleep. Oh, you say sleepwalking, sleepwaking.
I think both fit in
this
context.
This is sleepwaking. You are waking while you are asleep. You are not really asleep. Okay.
I've heard that thing before.
This is in a spiritual world. There is a plant. A plant. If I put in your water and I give you now to drink in a normal life, okay? If you drink it 1 glass, I can take you wherever I want. You'll just speak stupid things. Or you can take me your home, give me whatever you want, take you back to where I want, and then I give you cold water. When you drink, now you become okay. That is this plant. It is there.
This is not even spirituality.
No.
We have people in Kenya who claim to have been robbed that way.
Yes. It's just plants. I cannot show you this plant because it's very dangerous. If you're not wise, some people are, some uncles of mine are now in jail. They used to take a woman. They stay with her for 2 weeks. They've been raping her. She's laughing. She does. Whenever the medicine comes down, they give her more. They stay with her for a long period of time. But bad thing is that woman was a police officer. Then yes, when she came in her sense, after that period of time, she said, no, something is not right. She went to her parents, speak to them. They said, no, you disappeared. So she started to track back what happened. Then she realized, oh, the end time that I was okay is when I was in those people. So they came, they get caught to the court, and then they have been prisoned. So I can say, not in a spiritual world. In a very physical world, there are some plants, when you drink, you just become hopeless. And you can do anything that I want.
Whoa.
So these men, which mean they use it in a spiritual world, they come to you, unless you are very strong. They take you, you go, you do their job, and then they take you back home, and the life goes on.
Oh, so they are saving on workers.
Yes, because they don't. Why should they pay workers? Because they have
taxes.
Workers all over the places.
Whoa. Something I believe our audience would also be interested to know before we proceed to something else. Mm-hmm. You can either confirm or deny if it's a myth or it's something we make up in our mind. Okay. There's a narrative that runs around in Kenya that albinos, you know albinos?
Yes.
They're very hot cake in Tanzania. In fact, they are told, ukijaribu, if you cross the border like this, you are gone. Is that true?
This has got a very big dialogue, but I'll say.
Please.
No.
Yes.
I'll say this.
Yes.
You know, some stuff are just belief, and some stuff are just reality.
Yes.
With albinos,
yes,
I can say,
yes,
most of it, yes, is myth. Because some says if you take albino's bone, you put in your business, the business prospers. I think the albinos will be very good businessmen if that is the case. See, so to my understanding, I cannot say no because I don't know what they know. I cannot know it all in this world. I know a portion that I know, but there's so many things that I don't know. To my knowledge, that is just a myth. And I can tell now, what's happening in Tanzania is there are some people, not only in Tanzania, even here in Kenya, in Africa, there are some people, if you just give them water like this and say, go just drink the water and wash your face and things will happen, they don't agree unless you do something miraculous. Until you do something stupid, that is when they believe. And I don't wonder because even Jesus himself, his birth was miracle, but people wanted him to do another miracle to believe him. So people in this world, he comes to you, says, I want you to make me very famous. I'm a politician. Some people comes to me. I want to win this election. I want to be better than the other. I want to, when I go on the audience and I speak, everybody claps. That's very simple. With the ring.
Yeah.
Listen. Let's do it one day. I'll prepare an audience, okay? And I give you my ring, and I say, speak nonsense, and see what's going to happen. So, okay. So
understand.
these people, most of the time, they want something bigger. And sometimes they say, okay, nasikia ile albino ile, hauna ile. So a traditional healer maskini, to say he doesn't have it, he say, I have it. Because he knows he'll give you a big charge. And sometimes he wants you to pay money. Because I need the bone from albino, this costs 1 million Kenya shillings. So you cannot go and kill an albino, you'll pay money to him. So he take a bone from the chicken, whatever, and do what he does. But you believe
have to
it's
say
albino.
Because they are the same color.
No. Here the best part. Now, Dr. Kingori, you have told, you wanted that thing of albino, you think it works very well, after hearing from somewhere, which is not even really a case. And now the guy says, I want 10 million Kenya shillings to get that bone. You said, 10 million. I have my niggas out there. I can give them only 1 million. They can take this person and cut a hand. That is when these deaths is happening. Most of the time, these deaths are not happening from the traditional healers. They're happening from the people who wants that miracles. And the traditional healer wanted money, and the guy resisted to give money. He is willing to go and fetch it for himself. That is when these deaths are happening.
Which would beg the question,
yes,
if this traditional healer has the powers to manipulate things to happen their way,
yes,
they don't have powers to manipulate money to attract the 10 million for themselves.
That's a very good question. You see, there's power and there's money, and I'll be very honest on this topic, because most of the people don't understand, and most of the people don't talk about it. Spirit of power and spirit of money, most of the time, they don't go along.
Okay.
If you need power, you need to sacrifice everything. Like Jesus told the guy, go and sell everything, then come to me. When he follows him, he has the power to command everything. He cannot command everything with his money. No, it doesn't work that way. That's why Jesus did not have even a second pair of shoes. Did he? Okay. His mothers were suffering. Why didn't he build houses and mansions for his mothers and fathers and brothers? Why?
Jesus had one pair of shoes.
Only one pair of shoes.
Jesus was not King Kaka.
Did he have that power? Did he have that power? Did he have that power to bring money and gold and everything if he wanted to? Yes, he has. But why didn't he do it? Because money and power does not go along. So you either choose. If you want a tree plant, an orange tree, in the spiritual world now, you have to choose. You want mangoes or you want a mango tree. If you want mangoes, take your mangoes and go. Enjoy your life. When the mangoes ends, you know where you get it. If you want a tree of mango, just have a tree of mango. Yes. Whenever the season is, get the mango. And whenever it's not a season, you don't have the mango. So most of the people in witchcraft and in spirituality, they choose the mango tree, not mangoes. That's why when you see most of the spiritual peoples in the world, they don't need anything, because sometimes possessions makes you weak. When you don't have anything, you don't need anything from anybody, that is when you become strong. When you need these things, now you have money, you want to do business, now that business is controlling you, now you are losing your power. So what I'm saying is, these people, there are some, they don't have that power that they claim to have. Okay. But there are some, they have that power, but they have chosen in their contracts, do you have money or do you want power? They say, no, if I have money, if I want to kill somebody, I have to pay Dr. Kingori, kumvizia yule mtu, then he shoots him. But if I don't have money, I have my powers, I don't need to send anybody. There is no a case, there is no a crime. I just boost my things and the guy is dead. So you choose. You want to send an assassin to kill somebody, and when they realize, you go to this prison. Or you don't need to send anybody, you don't need to pay anybody, you just connect your wires and somebody is dead. So it is a choice. And most of the time, you cannot have it all. But some, they are. My grandfathers, they used to have money, not money in term of this world, but at that particular time, they were not poor. They had farms, they had animals, they had everything, they had big families in our homes, they could feed all of us. They had that money. But some, they say they want that money because they don't have that power that they claim they have. I can say even in the religious world, not every pastor says that he's a pastor, he's a real pastor. Some are just looking for money.
Yes,
not every sheikh says he's sheikh. Sometimes just looking for money. Likewise, not every spiritual healer says he's a spiritual healer. Sometimes he doesn't know anything about spirit, but he wants money. And because people trust him, then he do what he does, and then he makes money. So even these people who are saying, oh, you albino or whatever, most of them, those who can take that money from you for albino, I don't think that they have that power, because if they have, if you have power to get something, you really don't focus on that thing. That is what I can tell. If you have power to make money, you don't take money as a priority, because you know whenever I want it, I just get it. And if I get it all, it will be a burden to me. Now I won't be able to do the things that I want to do. So let you have that money, but whenever I want money for myself, I can just have it. That's how it is.
Understood. Understood. So we left something hanging, and I believe just asking, people and Kenyans can bear me witness on this. We have had cases, especially in Western Kenya, where someone disappears for years, I think up to 27, 40 years, and then they come back to the family. Some others were feared dead, actually even buried, and then at the funeral, someone appears, right? And when the family was burying the person, they were sure they buried this person, right?
Yes.
I did not follow up these stories.
Okay.
But have we had cases of the people who we say were taken, who come back?
Yes.
Because they are there, they exist somewhere.
Yes.
Does that happen?
Okay, it is like this. When you are taken, Dr. Kingori, right now, and some people who have these spiritual powers realize that you have been taken, there is a span of time that I can take you back. Very easy. These witches, they have their ritual that they do to this person that it is not easy to go back again. But some, they forget to do those rituals. Some, they don't have the knowledge to do those rituals. It's like I hide you, and I'm depending for some friend to teach me now how to hide him, how to lock him. It happens every day. Just like in the normal world, somebody can grab something, hide home, a computer, and say, Kingori, listen, I've stolen a computer. Can you show me how to use it? It happens. So sometimes they can hide somebody, and then they're depending for their friends to teach him or them how to lock this person. And then maybe the friend denies, or they did not get into the agreement. So this person is staying there in such a way that he can go away. Anaweza kutoroka. So ikitokea the chance, he just goes away. He returns back to the family. The problem is when it is a long time, himself, he thinks, will they understand me? Will they believe in me? So most of these people, they just disappear. And most of them, they go and die. But some, they come back as crazy people. But they are really people that are coming back. They are really people that are taken back. But in my knowledge, it doesn't have to be more than 7 days. If it is within 7 days and you realized that this person was taken, and I confirm that this person is not dead, is only taken, yes, I can take him back if it is within 7 days. After that, I cannot guarantee.
Okay. So now we have cases of in the world we live in, like today.
Yes.
It's a very jealous world. People are very jealous, right?
Yes.
People don't even know you, but they hate you for no reason.
Yes.
It could be politician, it could be a celebrity, right? And someone is innocently just doing their life, their and I think I'll tie this to something Bamboo said. Someone is innocent, popular musician, and I had someone ask about if witchcraft exists, why haven't the witches killed a certain politician, a certain musician? Is it because they have protected themselves? Is it because they are free of sin? Is it because there's something bigger? Or is it because it doesn't work like that?
Okay. What I can say is, not every person that you hate, then I hate. Not every person that you love, I love. there is two sides of the coins on everything. Maybe 10 witches hate Ruto. We are 10 of us love Ruto. So the power balances. So nothing happens. Understand me? When it reaches a time that everybody hates him, even himself will just run away. But it doesn't happen that way. Nobody has ever been hated with everybody, and nobody has ever been loved with everybody. And in that case, that is not only the case. The witches, the issue is they are not into your things. Okay, a football player, for example, will only be concerned with the politician when the football is concerned. If the football is not destroyed, he doesn't need anything to do with the politician. So most of the time, there is nothing to do with witchcraft, which is done by the politician. A president does not have anything to do with witches. So why should they hate him? They're doing their things freely, nicely, and everything is going smoothly. Why should they hate him? Okay. They will only hate him when he says, from now onwards, all witches are taken to prison. And that is when they can join their forces and do something. But it has never been happened that way. So why should them react onto him? Coming to the celebrities, for example, witches and people who have these powers, most of the time they do not envy these people. They envy the people with the same powers as them. It's easy for a witch to envy another witch who is greater than him than a witch to envy a musician. Just like a musician is easy to envy another musician rather than envy a spiritualist.
There's something that has been said on this show.
Yes.
Bamboo said it, and I believe Pastor Tim Wangi also said it, that there's a certain level of influence in this world,
yes,
that you cannot reach without access to certain powers in the spiritual world. Is there truth to this?
Yes, it is very true.
You cannot be famous organically, like you're known worldwide just because people love you and it's pure talent.
I can tell with a very practical experience. There is a certain level of success. When you reach there, you don't even need to do anything. These things will just join you. I repeat again. You have a very good talent. You are prospering so much. During your journey, these spirits want to boost themselves. They will start coming and boost you and support you. So in the end, you'll realize that that power that I'm using is not only my powers. And that is when they will start asking for sacrifices in a way that whether you know or you don't know. If you remember in the previous episode, I said there's unintentional sacrifices and unintentional sacrifices. These musicians, these politicians, big politicians, famous people and big people, they reach at a certain time that they realized there is a very big influence of a non-physical force. And when it shakes, they see the difference. And when it comes, they see the difference. And that is when they start to go to maybe pastors, sheikh, waganga, and then they're told in the spirit, like, see, now you are supported with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have to do 1, 2, 3 so that they can keep supporting you. If you don't want it, they will just drop it you. Some, they say, okay, no, because I came here on my own, I don't need anything. It doesn't take a year or two. Done.
There is someone who is in the cabinet today, yes, in government. And this person is a member of the cabinet minister. He was on my show, and in our playfulness, I asked him to sing, like we were playful. I asked him to sing. And he said he can't sing because he needs something to come over him so that he can sing.
Okay.
I took a mental note.
Okay.
Last week I was with my friend Alex outside town, and I met someone, and they do something different. They're also an entertainer. And as we were having a conversation, he says that he cannot perform before as that certain element comes to him.
Yes.
And he used the same word,
yes,
the cabinet minister said to me on the show.
Yes.
So are you saying that all entertainment, okay, Are you saying that inspiration could be more than what we think it is?
I can say that there is two sides of the coin in everything. There are some people, they just need something to give them confidence so that they can perform well. Some people, not all the people. And some people, they just need some spiritual powers to be able to perform in front of the people. Some people, they are nervous when they speak to people, even when they are in front of the audience. Some people, they need encouragement, to be given confidence so that they can stand in front of the people and talk nicely and okay. But some need some spiritual assistance to give them that confidence. So not all the people who are powerful and confident are using these spirits. No, some just need encouragement, something that can give them confidence. Some. But most of these people, they need something extra. And I can tell. Most of them, you can see. I don't want to go there.
Just touch it. Just touch it. Kidogo. Jew. Peter Jew. Yes.
Have you ever seen people in the stage? They have taken the microphone. They don't just touch it in a normal way. It is like this, and there is an handkerchief here. Have you ever asked yourself, why is the handkerchief there? Not in the pocket or somewhere else.
See, probably they have sweaty hands.
They have sweaty hands.
Yes.
That's why they put like this and a handkerchief here. That is what you think.
I assume so, yes.
Okay, if that is what you think. But I can tell that's more spiritual than you think. Some people are using these things, these handkerchiefs, to blind people. Sometimes when I wave, I can... What I'm saying here is not boosting myself, but trying to make people understand that these things are not as hard as they think. You can take a handkerchief. I can say words on that handkerchief, or I can put some drops of oil on that handkerchief, and I'll tell you, go to the people and speak nonsense and see what's happening, or sing a stupid song and see what's going to happen. Sometimes they will just wave and clap without knowing what they do. And somebody can go there with a very nice song and they're just like normal. These things are happening. Some people are curse-spelling people when they are doing these things, whether singing, whether speeches, whether talking and everything. I'm saying not all of them, but most of them. Some for gaining confidence, but some for spell casting people so that they will agree with them at that particular time. Not necessarily they keep agreeing with them in the future. Most of these things just happening there. I want to go there and you see that people have been clapping for me, and then I don't care what is going to happen in the future. Yes. And this is mostly used by politicians. I can say, I'm sorry, my fellow brothers. You see, when you go to the village, that they have been expecting something for 5 years, and you didn't do anything, you think maybe when I get there, they'll throw stones on me. And sometimes you hear people, akija hapa, atatukoma. They say that. But when the guy goes on the stage, everybody's, wow. When the guy goes away, they say, I see, what happened? Sometimes people are being witched. People are being cast spelling in those kind of things. But to answer your first question is, yes, to reach at a certain level, you need something. And if you don't need it, the people that envy you, they will take what you have. So you'll have, it's like the normal physical life. You reach a certain level of life, you need a pistol to protect yourself, don't you? You reach a certain level in the life, you need a fence to go around your house. You need a certain level in life, you need bodyguards. No, if you deny, you just deny yourself, but that's the reality. There is a level of life when you reach, you think that you need something. And if you don't say you need it, people will say, brother, now, no, try to have a bodyguard at that level.
Isn't this because of how you live? For example, in Africa, we have presidents who have a powerful motorcade. I've seen it in Tanzania, I've seen it in Kenya, right? Motorcade security and everything, right? But in countries abroad, there are politicians who even ride bicycles. In Kenya, Tanzania, UG, they can't. They ride bicycles to work. They are politicians. They are in positions of influence. There's a president who, one of the celebrated presidents, the most humble presidents, Jose Jose Mujica.
Yes.
People can look it up. He used to drive one Volkswagen,
Yes.
doesn't have security,
Yes.
lives a modest life
Yes.
because he does not have anything to fear from people. He's a
Yes.
servant of the people.
Yes.
Yeah.
All I can say is not only that, even the president of Dubai, Sheikh Maktoum, I met him driving in the road. Just he doesn't need any security.
Yes.
But still, the detail says, sir, we need to protect you. He doesn't need it, but people still think and feel like they have to. That is what is happening in the spiritual world. Even when you say, I have a talent, I have money, I don't need anything, there'll be some spirit says, no, you don't know the world. You need to be protected. So when you don't accept it, sometimes you might prosper, but most of the time you don't. Sometimes you go down. But when you accept them, you see the difference. It's like you advertise your business, then you sell. You stop advertising, you don't sell. You'll go to advertise it. So these people are going through so many temptations, spiritual temptations. This is what I can say. They go with their talents, they go with what they know, they are loved by people, and they try to stand by their own, and then they come the time for temptation that you have reached this level, you cannot go alone. Because if you do, there are some people who envy you. They can take what you have. So if you want that to be taken, go ahead. If you want that to be protected, we are here to protect you. But this is what we're going to need. So you choose whether you accept it or you don't. But this is happening every single day.
Okay, understood. So in terms of what's going on in this country now, there's a lot of relatable things that are falling in this line. So with your permission, I believe I can ask this, and I believe it's of interest to our audience. Yes. There's a gentleman who is going through a very difficult time right now. He was a very high-flying car dealer. His name is Caliph Cairo. He's going through a phase that he feels that there is a war against him, there is powers beyond him. Some people feel he should take responsibility for going a different direction from the principles of business, and that's why his business has failed. But he's on record saying something, and I think I took interest in that. He was in a podcast conversation, Ikonini, the podcast is Ikonini, and there's a clip that has been circulating that I stumbled upon, where he talks about that there are certain types of women that if you allow in your life will crumble. You will go broke and everything. And it's the same principle where they talk about there are certain types of women who, if you allow in your life, they will bring prosperity. But there's also, I tie this to another conversation. There's a community in Kenya where people talk about a concept. It's called a red thigh woman. So the red thigh woman apparently is a woman, it is said that it is a woman who, whichever man he marries, dies. Right? But there's also, and then there's something tied to it. The red thigh woman is someone who had sex with someone during a funeral and they carried that curse.
Okay.
I'm very interested to hear your thoughts of just that.
Okay, this is how it is. There are some certain women, yes, if you sleep with her or you involve with yourself with her, you just get lost or you lose everything. There are some women that if you involve with them, you can prosper. It is in so different ways, but I'll just give one. There are some women, they have an inherited covenant that this woman has supposed to suffer in her life. It doesn't matter what she did to her parent, to her great-grandparent, to other people that cried to God that this has done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so the karma has to go to her. So when the karma beat her, means she has to suffer. So if she is with you and you have everything, she's not going to suffer. So you have to go bankrupt so that she suffers. Does it sink? Let me repeat it again. There is a girl. Her mom asked her to do something. And she said, no, mom, no, I'm tired. The mom says, you don't remember I carried you 9 months in my stomach. I took care of you. Now you can do that thing to me. Okay, God will bless you. But that blessing is not the real blessing. It's the curse in some extent. If that curse is taken, is given a tick, wherever this woman goes, that place sufferings will happen, because this woman is not supposed to prosper. This woman is not supposed to enjoy the life. So if you get involved with a woman like that, you're done. In other hands, there are some parents, some grandparents, some great-grandparents, they did so many good things to other people, and there is a blessing to the generation. So if the lady comes from that generation, that means if she touches anything, prosper. So when she comes to you, she is not meant to suffer in any way because of what has been done in the past.
Yes.
So she comes to you, you must prosper, because she depends on you and she doesn't have to suffer. So that is only one way. That is coming from the past. I said earlier, God does not intervene the human covenant. So there is a covenant about the family, the generation, the past with this girl, so that she doesn't have to enjoy life. She comes to you, you have money, you have to go bankrupt so that this woman will not enjoy the fruits. Unless you leave her, then you're okay. And vice versa, it's true. But there are some, they have been spell casted before they are very young. Just envy. You see, a woman has a child, another woman does not have a child, and you boast yourself with your child. Then if that woman is envy and she has knowledge, I'm talking about knowledge. If she has knowledge, she can hide that girl's destiny. She can, wanasema anaweza kachafua au kaificha nyota yule mtoto. Because when she grows up, she is associated, or she attracts problems. Wherever she is, she attracts problems. So if she comes to you, she attracts problems. So if she depends on you, you must have problems so that she gets problems. So most of us, we are involving ourselves with women that have been spell-casted before. Some has been cast before. Some has a generational issue, a generational covenant that needs her to suffer. So if she comes into our lives, we must suffer until we know that this woman is the reason. She goes back to where she comes from, fix what is there, then she can come to you and everything will be okay. Or you leave her, then you can prosper. That is happening every day. It's there.
As a man or a woman, how do you protect yourself from being collateral damage?
I said two things. Either you become very powerful spiritually, by doing spiritual x-rays now and then, by being constant prayer, maybe be close to God, stop yourself from sinning now and then your spiritual powers can be very strong, so that if that woman comes, your powers will just kick her away. Will not solve the problem, but without any reason, you will find yourself away from her or she away from you.
Okay, understood. And in that context, there is something that happens, and I think this is a different level. People from Western Kenya, Nyanza region, part of Kenya, know ama have heard of a thing called, let me say, machombaya, like bad eye.
Yes.
Someone looks at you, you get a stomachache.
Yes.
These people can actually look at a child and they die. True, yes. One of my aunts lost an infant in 2003.
Yes.
During my grandfather's funeral. And she says she blames one of her cousins for looking at her daughter badly,
Yes.
and she died.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This is also a different level. And I believe from the people who come from the region of Western Kenya and Nyanza, they believe that this is passed on down from generation to generation. People who can look at you, and it is actually happening. I believe these people can look this up, where if someone, there's a kind of stomachache that mtu akikuwa nayo, when you get, you have to get traditional medicine, otherwise you're not going anywhere. And in hospital, they can test all forms of checkup and nothing will happen. This is base level witchcraft. This is internship. In
Tanzania, there's something called zongo. Zongo is kind of evil eye that when it touches you, then you get that stomach. But I can tell the evil eye is real, but it's not the way we think it is. When somebody beats you with an evil eye, it's not necessarily that he looked at you in a bad way. Some people, they're associated with these spirits that if he looks at you, the spirit can destroy whatever you have. These people have this evil eye, this eye that they associated with some spirits. When they look at things, when they admire it, when they just envy it, the spirits attack that thing and destroy it. And this is not only for stomach. It's not like that. Even if when you dress very well, if this guy sees you and admire you, the spirits, they want him to admire them. So when they admire you, they just destroy you. It's like they have a spirit that is jealous. This is how I can describe this
Pure
evil
jealousy.
thing.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's a pure jealous.
Yes.
You have the spirit that they don't want you to admire something. When you admire it, they destroy it. So sometimes we are told not show everything that is good to everybody, because there are some people, they have this evil eye. But by saying evil eye means they have some spirits that are envy and jealous. They don't want this person to admire anything. They just want this person to admire them. So if he admires you, then these spirits, they come and destroy what he admires. That is what evil eye is.
Okay. So now I think I'll throw the ball in your court, with your permission. We had intended to actually get your comments on marriage.
Yes.
And a comment on horoscopes.
Okay.
So for the sake of our audience,
yes,
I know they will be mad if we postpone and we say story for another day, because today I didn't want us to say story for another day, but I believe we've had a lot of stories for another day, and I'm sure they will ask for another episode.
Yes.
But then, do we give a comment on why marriage is failing today, and a highlight on zodiac signs, and then we now tag it to another conversation?
Yes, we might give a comment on the marriage today.
Yes.
And then we give not a comment, we just give a broad explanation on zodiac sign. Because zodiac sign, that's astrology and astronomy. But it comes along with numerology. That's the knowledge of numbers. This is a very big thing. This is a very wide thing. If I touch it, I might not do it justice. So we can just touch marriage thing, and then the next episode we start purely with astrology, astronomy, and zodiac signs, horoscopes, and those kind and elements and everything. But before we go there, I want to repeat two things that are very, very important. I said most of the people have been bewitched. Most of the people, they want prayers, they want sheikh, dua, they want apostles, prayers, but because I know their faith is not that much good, I'll advise to use knowledge, principles, and formulas that are taught by God. Nowadays, people are using these anointing oils, anointing water, anointing whatever, that are coming from the power of prayer that they have. But I can tell now what we are using in the knowledge that we have, we have this anointing oil that is made by using the principles that Moses were given by God. We have the spiritual ash or Exodus ash that is made by the knowledge that Moses were given by God. And if you go to Amazon, you'll see something called Exodus oil. And in our way of doing our spiritual things, we have this Exodus oil. We make it ourselves by following the proper channels that God was taught Moses to make it. And it is available. Though it's very expensive, this bottle is $100, and this one is $500. And this ash, this is $1,000. This is just ash, but it's not ash. When you call me a witch, when you say that I have knowledge in witchcraft, not witchcraft in a devil way, but knowledge from God, you can get this on our website in spiritworld.com. Just let me finish there, and let's come back to the marriage thing.
Why do you think people have different explanations as to why the marriage institution is not working?
Yes.
Right? One is the most logical from my point, and I hope not, I will not forget the role of the mind in belief. Okay? The best explanation is, I think, I'm a simple-minded man. This is my opinion, that for the longest time, marriage worked because women were exploited for the longest time. Because when you look at trends, by the time women empowerment hits, women start to express themselves, they start finding work. It balances the scales of equality, and there's a certain vibe that, okay, on one end, family is very important, and somehow these things attack family, okay? And for the most part, most people cannot live by the values of family. So for the general part of we human beings, as human beings are, majority of the people who cannot live by the values of family cannot exist in a marriage, because you cannot oppress women, and because to some extent most marriages succeeded because one party was oppressed. My opinion.
Yes, I agree with you.
Yes, my opinion. So in today's world, things have changed. It's people have options. People have choices. So people cannot choose to stay in bondage when there is a better option elsewhere.
Yes.
Would that explain why marriage is not working, or I am misled?
I'll ask you, did Adam exploit and oppress Eve?
If Adam, there was only one woman in the world.
Did Adam oppress that woman?
They may not have written that in the Bible.
Do you think he oppressed a woman?
Where would Eve go?
Okay. Okay, it is like this. Marriage is an institution. And an institution, every part has got the rights and responsibilities. What I can say is, nowadays, marriages are not going anywhere, because the people getting into that institutions, most of them, they don't know their rights and their responsibilities. And some, they know much about their rights, but they don't know anything about their responsibilities. So this is, I can give an example. When I was growing in the village, it was like we are taken, when we get to 13 to 14 years old, we're taken to the bush. You are getting circumcised with pain. Of course, there's these hospital things, but they just want you to feel pain, and they're telling you, you see, to be a man is pain. You understand me? We have been taught to tolerate women, to take care of women. Like, you can never leave a woman behind. My 8-year son can say that. Whenever you're walking with my wives, and he will take one of his mother's hand. We have been taught, like, women are weak people, you are a weak people. A woman, we are not talking about her, we're talking about you. You're supposed to go and take care of a woman, because she leaves her parents to come to you. Now you are becoming a parent. If a girl was to do something wrong in her parents' house, would they chase her away? No. So you're going to do the same. Whatever she does, you never chase her away. You're getting it from when you are 13 years old and 14 years old. They're telling you, in her parents, she's eating, she's drinking, she's wearing clothes, she's getting everything from the parents. She's coming to you. You are the parent now. You'll have to provide everything. So you are taught in such a way, you know your responsibilities, and you don't know any of your rights. In the other hand, a girl is taken with her aunts and grandmothers, and they're teaching her about her responsibilities, not her rights. You are going to a man, you want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, do 1, 2, 3, do this, do that, do this, do that. So you meet in a marriage, you know your responsibilities, you don't know your rights. She knows her responsibilities, she doesn't know her rights. So when everybody fulfill his and her responsibilities, that is when that companion becomes very strong. Nowadays, everybody knows the rights, does not know the responsibilities. For example, when you're saying that now women are going to work, tell me, do you think they want to work? Because if you say they want to work, I will ask you, why do they say, oh, the Blue Monday has come? Why? If they really want to work, why they complain during the Monday? When the Monday comes, it's like, oh, that work. Why?
Isn't that part of equality in terms of, like, we now have even a conversation on equal pay?
I'm saying is, men have forgotten their responsibilities of taking care of women. That is when women are decided to take care of themselves. And when they take care of themselves, they cannot obey a man. Why should they? Because the Bible says a man would love a woman and the woman will submit to men. No woman will submit to and provide to a man that cannot provide. And not man can provide to a woman who does not submit. That is when everything falls apart.
Beautiful explanation. But is this to say that in an ideal world, women should stay home?
What I can say is men should provide everything to the women to the extent that woman does not need to go anywhere. Okay. If a woman is paid how much? Let's say 1 million Kenya shillings, and I say I can give you 5 million Kenya shillings. Why does she want to go and work? Only reason is they will say if you die, because they know that men are dying earlier than them. That might be a question. Okay, now you're giving this money. What if you die? That is more the question. But the reality is, I can tell women, I'm sorry, I'm not offending them. I'm talking about the reality. Women cannot survive with money and possession. They can't. A man can provide a woman for 100 years and he will feel okay. A woman, nowadays, talking about equality, when a woman provides to his family for 3 weeks, she will say that I'm the one who is providing. It's not offense, because that is how they have been created. It's nature. I've never seen a woman who is very proud to provide to the family without complaining that this man is useless.
That's because you didn't get a sugar mommy. Now,
okay.
So is this to say that, as in this, you've answered a very deep question. Is this to say that if a man wants to thrive in a marriage setting, look for a woman you can provide for good, right? But then there's a challenge.
Okay.
If you can provide for your woman, right, there's only a limit of how far you can go.
Yes.
Let's say, for example, you can provide a certain lifestyle for your woman. 500,000 Kenya shillings every month, sustainable, beautiful lifestyle. Then there's someone else who can provide for her 5 million Kenya shillings per month.
Yes.
So if it's about provision, why should she stay with you when she can get better?
And that is why I'm saying it's not about the number or the size of your provision. I'm saying if she knows her responsibilities is to submit to you, she will just submit to you. And if you know that your responsibilities is to provide for her, you'll provide for the size that you can afford. And she will understand that, because if she doesn't understand what you can provide, there's always somebody who can provide more than you do. Then where is this equation ends? The issue is, okay, I will advise. If you want to get married to somebody, at least get somebody who knows the value of things, not prices of things.
No further questions. I'll not ask anything else beyond that. I leave it to our audience. I am fried now.
Yes. If you get married to somebody who knows the value, the prices, okay, go ahead. But the problems that you're coming to face, those are yours and yours only. But there's a research. There's a research that says most men are happy in their marriages, those who are married to the women that are not higher in education, than those who married to women who are higher in education. No offense, I'm not saying you don't have to go to school. My children are going to school. My firstborn is doing PhD. But I know, I'm telling her, I know with your education, you might not be able to submit unless you fear God. So, you want a woman to submit, find a submissive woman. Check from wherever she comes from. Is she satisfied? Is she happy? Because if she's not satisfied from wherever she is, you cannot make her satisfied. This is another point, maybe for another day. You want to marry a woman, marry a happy woman. Marry a satisfied woman. Because if she's not satisfied and you think you can make her satisfied, that is not possible. Nobody has ever satisfied a woman. Never in this world. So you will never satisfy a woman. You don't need to satisfy a woman. You just need to do your duties. Do them fully with love. So if she is appreciative, she will appreciate whatever you do. If she is not, it doesn't matter. Whatever you do, she will not be satisfied. So the point is, marriages are being broken because we just left our responsibilities. We are busy talking about our rights. But another thing that is coming, I need 1 minute to talk about it. In the previous time, before the social media era, you would only see women around your area that you are living. And a limited number of women. You go to college, you see the women that you are in college with. So you get one, you know that, oh, I get this one out of 100. Nowadays, in a day, you can see 1,000 women. That makes a sense like, oh, Asini Baba show you, there is a lot of women. So the level of tolerance is been decreasing because we see a lot of illusional women, and vice versa is true. Women now has been seeing providers on the internet. Oh, he has bought Gucci for her. Oh, he has taken her to vacation. Oh, he has bought... So those illusions, they see every day. They come to a sense they cannot tolerate. They think, there is another good man out there. They can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those illusions, we are living in illusions. That is whereby we lose that tolerance. We think, this one, I can have more than this. There is 1,000 women out there. And we want to say there is 1,000 men out there. But the reality is, when you shut down the phone, you only have that one you have. So we have an external influence that destroys our marriages in a very big number. Okay.
Understood. The problem with having conversations with you is that we have to force them to end. But before this one ends,
yes,
I'd like for someone to watch, for someone who's watching, and I believe our audience, wanakuanga very critical, very critical.
Yes,
and like they will break down everything we say word for word. Okay, so I think I'll not be forgiven to ask.
Yes.
What is the line between the true nature of the spirit world and the power of the mind to imagine? Because the mind is a very powerful tool.
Yes.
How do I know I'm not imagining things? In another context, I will bring up the different parts of the brain and what they are responsible for, including the power of illusion.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because for a long time, people have believed magic to be real until we started seeing videos of how the tricks were done.
That is not magic. That is magic tricks. You are confusing between magic and magic tricks. Those are two different things.
There is magic and there is magic tricks.
Magic tricks is doing what magic can do. Magic can make this glass disappear. So magic tricks is making a trick for this glass to disappear. Real magic can make you be crazy. The magic trick make you to act like you are crazy. So these are two different things. Maybe it can be a topic for another day.
Let's hold it for a topic for another day. Also, you've mentioned the Exodus oil, right?
Yes.
Now, for someone who's watching,
yes,
what do they expect
from
the Exodus oil?
Okay. Because it is derived from the knowledge that Moses were given by God, and God himself says, whatever this oil touches becomes holy. That on the scripture's perspective. In the spiritual perspective is, when this oil is mixed properly, it attracts some certain spirits that are very powerful, and they can obey whoever can control this oil. That to say, if I have this oil, I can just rub it in my hands, I can just give it to someone else. Everybody can just do anything with this. The spirits that are fearing the power of this oil will obey anybody who has this oil. So in that way, what we do is, if somebody has the Exodus oil, he has been spelled, for example, only one drop can remove everything. Why? Because that drop put in the water and he washed his body, the spirits will run away.
And this now begs, in a previous episode, which I believe we have a link in the description for the person who missed it to go catch it.
Yes.
You said, and these were your words, that if you believe in God, and you profess the blood of Jesus,
Yes.
you do not need anything else, right?
100%. 100%.
So the Exodus oil is for sinners.
No.
Okay.
Exodus oil is the principal way of God's miracle.
Yes.
And praying and everything is the theological way of God's doing miracles. So you choose. You want to follow his principles or you want to follow his words. That's all. If you want to follow his principles, there's this principle oil that he taught people to make things holy. If you choose the belief path and you trust your belief on Jesus, you believe in him, then it makes you holy. So, but for my experience, I'll tell, brother, we are not that faithful. Not because we are sinning. Our doubt is so big to God. We just believe him. We have faith in him, but we really don't have that faith in him. That is the reality. That is why most of the people who are going to sheikh, to pastors, they are not going there to worship God. I'll be honest. They are going there because they have the problems they want God to solve. And that is why they are moving from one church to another, one church to another, until their problems are solved. That is when they stop. When the problem is not solved, they are moving to another church. That's why I can say they are not there for God, they are there for their problems. So yes. Now, if you have been there for several times to different pastors, to different sheikh, to different healers, and your problems are not solved, maybe you need different principles. As long as these principles are coming from God, you need that principles. And that principles is Exodus oil, Exodus ash.
Okay. Sawa. The good thing is we have a platform of open-minded people.
Yes.
So they have watched every word we have spoken.
Yes.
They have heard the conversation. And I believe we can engage in the comment section.
Yes.
For me is to say thank you, Dr. Mwaka, for making time for us.
You're welcome.
I'm glad this happened at this time.
And I will leave with an argument to top up on that argument.
Yes.
If it is by believing, then we are saved and we are healed. Why anointing water? Why anointing oil? Why anointing salt? Why? If it is the matter of believing. So if you are taking anointing water,
yes,
why don't take an anointing water that is described by God himself, is taught by God himself? If by believing now you are taking holy oil, that somebody has taken olive oil, for example,
yes, and
pray on it, why don't you take olive oil that is made according to God's teachings? Because there you are guessing. You don't know really the faith of the one who is making that oil. You don't really know. But the formula is there. If you believe, if you don't, it works. It's like poison. If you drink poison, you believe it, you don't believe it, it's a poison.
There's a verse actually here. It's Exodus 30:22. Because this catches me off guard. Exodus 30:22. What does it say? The Lord's instructions. Lord tells Moses to gather the following ingredients.
Yes.
500 shekels of liquid myrrh, 250 shekels of fragrant cinnamon, 250 shekels of fragrant calamus, 500 shekels of cassia, and a hin of olive oil. The preparation, the ingredients should be... Oh dear Lord, go read that for yourself. Go read that for yourself.
God has given the ingredients to make an anointed oil. That oil, when it touches anything, it becomes holy. In my spiritual experience, there is nobody has used this oil and never see miracles. Because if he doesn't, then God is lying. And God does never lie.
And is there... Wadau, Exodus 30:22. Check it out. Is there for it to have a small bottle?
Yes.
Does it mean that if, let's say, someone has money to buy a jerry can, that is overdose?
You don't need that. You just need a drop. But the preparation for this, if you want a jug, it's going to cost you so much money. That's why when we prepare, we just prepare a small number of it. Because what you see in the Bible, those ingredients, they are not just ingredients as you see there. For example, when they're saying olive oil, there is 1,025 species of olive. Which one are you using? Which one is inside there? Knowledge. My people are perishing for the lack of knowledge. When they're saying cinnamon, there is 4 main species of cinnamon. There, they're mentioned only 2, the Cassia cinnamon and the Ceylon cinnamon. Then which one is used to make this anointing oil? Nobody knows. You have to go deeper into the understanding and come exactly with the one which is really working. And that is when it makes it very expensive.
Let's close it there, Doc. If I say anything else, this conversation haiishi. Tell us in the comment section what else you'd like to hear Dr. Mwaka's thoughts on. As for me, if tukiendelea hivi tutafika asubuhi. We'll carry this conversation till morning. There's a lot of points I'm burning to ask, but I'll not. Yes. Thank you, Doc.
Next episode,
yes.
If there's something that we left, let them bring it on the comment. And then we can make another time for another episode.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, Dr. Kingori.
Asante.
Nashukuru.